here's a quick one. We'll call this nostalgia. Ian's... I don't know. Ian's 6th grade rebellion, I guess. I was a chubby 6th grader, and I would come to school in a Calgary Flames ball cap. I don't know. It just seemed, I don't know. But I had the Flames jersey, and none of that's important or anything. But I'd also come in every day, and I'd have a comb and a mirror, and, like, take off my hat, and, like, comb or brush my hair or whatever. And Mrs. Claypool always yelled at me every morning. Like, I did this, and one day she yelled at me. She's like, "This is not a barbershop. So you better brush your hair before you get to school, or not wear that hat or something." So she did not like me. I caused a lot of trouble.
She was not related to Les Claypool from Primus, was she?
I think she was Les Claypool.
Huh, that's interesting.
I remember once during a spelling test, we had Friday spelling tests, and she had, like, yelled at me earlier that day for something. And I remember monotonous was one of the spelling words. And it just had, like, spelling it out loud had a good ring. Not that I needed to remember it or anything, but I remember just sort of quietly, I was like, M-O-N-O-T-O-N-O. She's like, "Thanks, Ian." And in my mind, I was like, well, that's what you get for yelling at me. But I was also like, oh shit, that's right, we're taking a spelling test. I remember years prior to that, I had purposefully misspelled once on a spelling test so I wouldn't get a perfect score. Because I thought people liked when you did things, people didn't like when you were perfect at things, and people liked when you made mistakes. By 6th grade, though, I was a wizened, seasoned veteran. And near the end of the school year, because 6th grade was the end of our elementary school, not the beginning of a middle school for us. So we had the special yearbook for the 6th graders where you got to fill out a whole profile. And I thought of these fantastic responses. You know, it's like, what's your name, what's your nickname, what's your favorite color? I thought I was real clever. I was like, neon black. And then I was like, oh, years later, it's like, blacklight exists. So, what else was there in there? Oh, it was like, what's your dream, like your career goal? And that's when I came up with to walk to the moon.
That's very good.
And there were so many questions about this. So many questions.
I later on in my high school career did a short film called Jumping to the Moon.
I recall that. I actually do recall that.
Neither were successful.
Yeah. But, you know, like, Mrs. Claypool came over and asked all these questions about me filling out my profile, like, why, you know, is this what you meant, to walk to the moon? I'm like, don't you mean to walk on the moon? I'm like, no, I want to walk to the moon. And then the final question on this questionnaire was like, what's your fondest memory of this? And I forget what I put originally. But I was told I couldn't. And I, to this day, don't remember if it was something that was, like, illicit or something that maybe didn't happen, is more likely. So I just wrote in the space, I was like, she's like, do it again. I'm like, all right. And I wrote, I don't have any fond memories. And she came back the next day. She was shocked. You mean to tell me you don't have any fond memories of elementary school? And I looked up and I went, nope. And it's funny because if someone were to ask me how I feel about things in my life, I'd probably respond
I have no fond memories.
I have no fond memories.